Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a quest that's, been a dream for humanity forever. The idea of actually defeating aging itself. It's moving out of myth and straight into the lab.
So, let's just jump right in with a question for you, because this isn't just about abstract science, it's about your life, your future. Seriously, what if you could live to be 150? If you had that choice, would you take it?
You see, that age-old fantasy is now the center of a massive scientific revolution. And get this isn't some far-off science fiction story. The foundations are being laid right now, and it's all happening a lot faster than you might think.
To really get what's happening, you have to grasp one key idea. Aging isn't just about birthdays. It's about a biological clock, and it's ticking away inside every single one of your cells.
And look, this is not some abstract problem for scientists to solve. It's deeply personal. It's a story that starts with your own life expectancy. At its core, this is a story about you.
Okay, so let's really dive in, because this is the central, absolutely radical promise that scientists are chasing. Not just slowing the clock down, not just hitting pause, but actually turning it back, rewinding it.
So how on earth could that even be possible? Well, the answer lies in doing something pretty wild, intervening directly at the cellular level. It's about hacking the very code that tells our bodies how to age in the first place.
One of the main villains in this story is a process called cellular senescence. Essentially, as we get older, some of our cells just give up. They stop dividing, but they also refuse to die. They become these tiny zombie cells that just hang around, pumping out inflammatory junk and damaging all the healthy tissue around them.
So how do we fight these zombie cells? Well, there's a new class of drugs being developed called senolytics, and they basically act like a precision cleanup crew for your body. They're designed to hunt down these dysfunctional cells, trigger their self-destruct sequence, and clear them out so that healthy tissue has room to regenerate. It's amazing stuff.
And senolytics are really just the tip of the iceberg. The longevity toolkit is just exploding right now. Scientists are exploring everything from CRISPR gene editing to fix DNA damage, to extending the little protective caps on our chromosomes called telomeres, and even fully reprogramming our cells back to a younger state. The whole shebang.
Now, this revolution isn't just happening in some anonymous labs. It's being driven by real pioneers. And interestingly, they're often taking two very different approaches to get to that same goal of a longer, healthier life.
We're seeing these two major fronts emerge. On one side, you've got these high-tech, billion-dollar companies trying to literally rewrite our biological code from the ground up. And on the other side, you have the ancient wisdom of the blue zones, places like Okinawa, where people regularly live active lives past 100, not by hacking their cells, but by honoring simple patterns of diet, community, and purpose. But here's where the science crashes right into morality. Because even if we figure all this out, if we discover how to radically extend life, a massive civilization-defining question is just waiting for us. Should we?
This is the first and maybe the biggest dilemma. Will these incredible therapies be for everyone, or will they become the ultimate luxury item? We have to ask if we're about to create a new class of super-rich, long-lived elites while the rest of humanity just lives and dies like we always have.
And then there's the planet itself. What happens to our environment, our food, our social systems if billions of people start living for 150 or even 200 years? Can the planet actually sustain that?
And finally, there's this simple question that changes everything. Right now, we think of aging as a natural process. But what if we officially classify it as a disease? If we do that, doesn't it mean we have a medical and even a moral obligation to cure it for everyone who has it?
The experts are, as you can imagine, deeply divided. Bioethicists are warning us about creating a two-tiered society. Futurists see this as the next logical step in human evolution. You've got religious scholars asking what happens to the meaning of life if death isn't a sure thing. And of course, entrepreneurs are arguing that we'll just innovate our way out of any problems. There are no easy answers here.
So where does all this leave us? The breakthroughs happening today, they're not just scientific choices, they're moral ones. And they could lead humanity down some radically different paths into the future.
I mean, in one possible future, this is a universal good. It's a utopia. Longer, healthier lives lead to a renaissance of creativity and wisdom. We solve more problems than we create.
But then there's another, much darker future. A dystopia where longevity becomes the ultimate tool of inequality. Society fractures into a caste system of the long-lived and the short-lived.
creating a world we might not want to live in, even for a day.
Or maybe there's a third way, a middle ground, a balanced path. A future where we do gain more time, but only by accepting a lot more responsibility. Where extended life is carefully managed and tied directly to sustainability and social fairness.
Ultimately, after we've explored all the science and all the ethics, the question comes right back to you. It's no longer just about if we can, but if you would. What does it really mean to live a full life? Is it something measured in years, or is it measured in something else entirely?